Imagine a world where your money market funds, your company shares, even your real estate income all live on chain, move in seconds, and plug straight into DeFi. Sounds impossible, right? It's already happening, and Mantle is the chain doing it. We keep hearing RWAs are the next trillion-dollar narrative, but nobody talks about the real problem. Most assets in TradeFi live locked inside legacy systems, slow settlements, restricted access, and zero composability. You can't use your fund shares inside a lending protocol. You can't move a treasury-backed stablecoin from an exchange into DeFi without friction. And you can't tokenize assets legally without dozen regulatory blockers. Most chains talk about RWAs. Mantle actually built the pipeline that turns them into reality. So Mantle started as a high-performance Ethereum L2, but in 2025, it executed a full pivot to become a complete on-chain financial ecosystem, and it is tuned specifically for RWAs. Here is what that means. Ethereum security as the base, EigenDA enabling massive throughput for high-volume financial flows, a transition to GK validity rollups for fast, near-instant withdrawal finality, modular infra that institutions can safely build on. This isn't an L2 that allows RWAs, it is a L2 engineered for RWAs. Let me show you how deep Mantle's RWA stack actually goes. QCDT, a DFSA approved money market fund, created by QNB and DMS Finance, regulated by Dubai's DFSA and deployed directly on Mantle. Bybit even lets institutions borrow up to 1 billion USD using it as a collateral. Secondly, USDY or MUSD on Ondo Finance, backed by short-term US treasuries and bridged natively to Mantle, where users can borrow, trade, and build strategies with real treasury-backed yields. Thirdly, USD1, a fully compliant high-scale stablecoin, choosing Mantle as its home chain. And fourth comes the X stocks, which are tokenized equities. Think Apple or Nvidia stocks tokenized and withdrawable directly from Bybit into Mantle, where they become composable assets into DeFi. Here's the part that no other chain simplifies. Mantle built a full tokenization as a service stack. If a bank, fund, or startup says, I want to tokenize X, Mantle has the workflow. It has everything from regulatory structuring to legal setups, and from smart contract architecture, liquidity bootstrapping to distribution. In short, Mantle compresses months of legal, technical, and liquidity work into a repeatable and scalable pipeline. Now let's talk about Mantle's secret weapon. Most RWA chains suffer from the same problem. No liquidity, no users, no distribution. Mantle solved this by integrating directly with Bybit's 70 million users. RWAs listed on Bybit can move natively to Mantle. Mantle assets are collateral on Bybit, and Mantle's GK upgrade shrinks withdrawal times to around an hour. Think of it as a centralized exchange to decentralized exchange superhighway for real-world assets. Liquidity isn't built from scratch, it flows in. Once RWAs land on Mantle, they plug into a growing financial stack. Aave bringing institutional-grade lending, YumETH and CMETH powering restaking and yield layers, BTC bringing Bitcoin collateral, YumI4 offering on-chain diversified index exposure. You are Mantle's neobank, letting users spend, invest, and borrow against these assets in one interface. This is where RWAs go from tokenized to actually usable. So Mantle isn't building an L2, it's building the financial rails where real-world assets gain global liquidity, programmability, and 24/7 accessibility. So let me ask you, if you could tokenize anything next, what would you bring on Mantle? Drop your answer in the comments, because evolution isn't just happening, it's being built by all of us.
Have you ever imagined tokenizing real-world assets on Mantle? Think about it. Nasdaq stocks, US treasuries, European real estate, or even commodities like gold or our legendary Brazilian coffee. Bringing all of that to Mantle will be insane. A fast, ultra-secure, dirty cheap network, live 24/7 for trading, and backed by the biggest treasury in crypto. Now with even deeper integration with Bybit, a global top-tier exchange.
Mantle is a project that Bybit supported, incubated since about 3 years ago. This means that you will see a lot more synergy between Bybit and Mantle.
But the real magic happens when these assets enter Mantle's DeFi ecosystem. Imagine the possibilities. Depositing tokenized Google stock on Lendo to borrow stablecoins, creating commodity pools like gold and silver on Merchant Mole, or looping tokenized US treasuries on Init Capital to boost your yield. And here is the exciting part. We are closer than you think. Thanks to Mantle's progress on its tokenization as a service platform, this future is almost here. A clear example, USD1, the new stablecoin from Roll Liberty Financial, backed by the Trump family, just launched on Mantle Network. So now tell me, what kind of real-world asset would you love to see on Mantle? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. See ya!
Ladies and gentlemen, what gives something its value?
Is it the land?
Seasons change, but bringing this online, that I have no idea how to do.
Is it creativity?
People love my work, but turning it into something investors can access worldwide, that's the part nobody explains.
For centuries, assets moved slowly, painfully slowly. And honestly, nothing in here solves that.
What if value could be moved, shared, owned with the efficiency of the internet? That's not a theory, it's Mantle, a high-performance L2 built specifically to bring real-world assets on-chain, practically. And when infrastructure meets liquidity, everything changes. Bybit provides the deep liquidity. Mantle provides the scalable chain. Real assets finally become usable, not just digitized. From creators to institutions, from small teams to global partners, a movement is forming.
Understanding RWAs isn't just for experts. It's for anyone shaping the new on-chain economy.
That's why Mantle invests in knowledge creators through the Mantle Scholars Program.
I didn't expect this to be this clear.
We finally have an answer to what gives value its power.
The RWA evolution is here, and now the world knows exactly where it starts. So, what will you tokenize first?
Have you watched The Big Short? It's one of the wildest stories in finance. A handful of traders spotting a tiny crack in the US housing market that everyone else ignored. They saw what the world did not see, and it made them millions of dollars. But the real lesson in that story wasn't a trade. It is the fact that TradFi hides its truths behind walls. Slow systems, hidden data, and gate-kept access. For decades, the world's most valuable assets like real estate, treasuries, and institutional funds were locked inside systems never meant to be permissionless. If you went to a bank with $1 million fund, you simply did not get in. But the world wants something different now. A financial system where assets move as fast as information, where markets are open, transparent, global, and accessible to everyone. And that's the promise of tokenized real-world assets. Real-world financial value fully unlocked finally. But there's one bottleneck. Tokenizing real-world assets isn't as easy as it seems. You need clear legal structures, strict compliance, safe smart contracts, and reliable settlements. Most blockchains cannot support institutional-grade RWAs at scale, and building the infrastructure from scratch is tedious. And this is where Mantle steps in. Mantle offers something called tokenization as a service. This provides issuers and institutions with an end-to-end framework covering licensing and KYC, legal structuring, contract deployment, audit and security monitoring, and a compliant user interface. So, institutions do not need to rebuild their systems from scratch. Instead, they simply issue assets on-chain through Mantle. And once those assets are minted, Mantle connects them across TradFi and DeFi. Mantle offers TradFi distribution through Bybit, Revolut, and institutional desks. And it provides DeFi liquidity through DEXs, lending markets, and on-chain strategies. Tokenizing global markets requires infrastructure that is fast, secure, compliant, and capable of settling billions without breaking. Mantle delivers this through its modular layer 2 architecture, which is comprised of IDIN for massive throughput and low fees, Ethereum-grade security for institutional confidence, and SP1ZK validity proofs, bringing 1-hour finality and cross-chain interoperability. For real-world assets to thrive, it needs infrastructure built for compliance, scale, and reliable settlement, and that's what Mantle delivers. Now, take note of the 3 ways in which Mantle makes RWAs practical. 1. Issuance tools. Mantle provides legal frameworks, KYC models, and deployment templates, which are basically everything you need to tokenize assets from day one. 2. Deep liquidity. Mantle offers deep liquidity for real-world assets through integrations with Bybit, Hyperliquid, Coinbase International, plus Mantle's own on-chain products like METH, FBTC, MI4, and Xstocks. 3. A thriving builder ecosystem. Mantle provides the ideal playground for RWA builders through a $200 million ecosystem fund, global RWA hackathons, and tooling that lets teams build treasury funds, credit products, structured assets, and much more. Real world assets are one of the key narratives bridging crypto and TradFi, and Mantle is at the forefront of this shift, enabling it with real infrastructure. Come build the future of real world assets with Mantle today.
Mantle! Why is she shouting? When I was 18, I wanted so much from life. I wanted to own so many houses. I wanted to own some goods and diamond investment because I love the way they were showing this was a music video. Right now, I think I want a fake diamond, by the way. I wanted some treasury bills like credit. Yes, I knew about it because I was a finance student. But if I was to get them then, I'm going to go through problems like legal issues, KYC, complement issues, paperwork issues. But now, there's a solution. The solution is Mantle, which is now tokenizing reward assets, making it on-chain so it can be easier for me and you to use and also be transparent. And also giving us this solution to problems I had when I was 18 by helping us in licensing, giving us legal structure support, also smart contract deployment, and lastly integrating Bybit to give us DeFi liquidity in the market. So Mantle created a scholar program where they let their creator learn and also give them opportunity to travel to crypto events.
Hello everyone. Can you guys hear me very well? So sorry, let me give some G mental so that I can tell if I am heard. Hi NFT Terra X. Nice to meet you again. And Ricky Baku to Base. Oh, welcome. You're from Base community, but welcome to Mantle community as well. Hi, Rowney. Mantle is good. Yes, it's so good to see everyone. I don't know about what the QR code is doing there, but maybe you might want to scan. Thank you, AJ. Glad you can hear me. Oh, you're from Score community. Thank you for joining us today. So welcome to Mental State of Mind, episode 5. We are going to talk about next wave of momentum on Mental. As you already know, I'm your host. Also, my name is Gemma as a marketing operation and Mental. I'm really excited to kick off the first live stream of 2026 with you, all of you. So let me go through quickly about the agenda. The episode is all about new builders and the teams who just joined on the Mental ecosystem and bringing the new energy with all this like new fresh energy to Mental. So the momentum is not just something that happens, but it is something that we get built by actual builders on Mental. So we're gonna talk about 3 things together. The first one is a quick look at what happened to Mental in January. Even though this is the first month, we still have a lot of things to talk about. And second, we'll meet the new wave of builders shaping our comms next. And finally, we open the floor to all of you with a live Q&A, and there's going to be some fun events that you can join us as well. So wherever you're joining from, thank you for being here. And let's start by setting the stage with how January moved Mental forward. So January was a really strong start to this year. Across DeFi, infra, and community, we saw really a big momentum building in multiple directions on Mental. So let me bring Joshua to the stage. Hi, Josh. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing? How are you feeling at the beginning of this new year?
Yeah, very good, very good. It's 2026. It's a very exciting year. I think this year's going to be a lot of exciting developments that we're actually going to deliver. I think this is the year we ship. Yeah.
What is Joshua is head of the product of Mantle, or I know you have kids and a family. What is your New Year resolution? So this is the, like kind of oath to community that you will come back at the end of the year, that if you make it or not.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have a New Year's like resolution that you can share?
My New Year's resolution is
Mhm.
that we do things fast, we do things quick, and we learn, and we will achieve much more adoption and growth. And in fact, we're going to have a lot of surprises and exciting things to announce along the way. But in my mind, already Q1 is packed.
Yeah, I saw the calendar and it's already so packed. I'm excited as well. Okay, let's talk about what happened to Mantle in January. Maybe we can start with the most exciting news.
Yeah, sure. So I think this is something that was released from Masari. Masari is a well-known research group that has publishing. So they do a dedicated one for us on our ecosystem. So I think MNT is definitely on a price performance basis has ranked first among all L2 tokens by a huge margin, as you can see that blue line. Of course, things ever since the major liquidation event of October 10, everyone took as an industry suffered, but as you can see, we preserve those gains, and we continue to still make an outperformance. And I think this is a representation of where we are going. For me personally, I'm also not just thinking about price, I'm thinking about value. And
Mhm.
the value story of what we're doing and actually delivering it for this few quarters will be critical in the projects ahead.
Mhm.
Yeah, so please bear with us, but I think we're on the right track.
Yeah, I agree. And I was like so excited to see this news as well. And then looking forward to what's going to be like in this year. The next is
Yes. So yeah, with that, we actually kickstarted with a new partner of a DEX called Fluxion, and with Fluxion, we have achieved a new type of use case, which is new brand new tokens and TGEs that will happen on the centralized exchange, and that they will also have liquidity and DEX trading pairs on Mantle. And with that, with Fluxion, we have deployed many types of tokens. Score is one of the first, where we have achieved tremendous trading volume for the small pool it has. It was a small size of like about 200 150 in pool, but it has significant trading volume just in the 24-hour period, more than the size of the liquidity, and many transactions. It's really a flurry of activity because the sex and dex dream that we have between what Mantle can achieve with our centralized exchange partners, of which Bybit is one of the major ones, is really realized here, right? And I think more exciting things will come with Fluxion Dex as well, and also more tokens that are going to be TGing or being listing. It's a very exciting place to check out as well.
Yeah, sure. Someone asking like where can I check the dexes from Mantle? So Fluxion is one of our new decks that you can find out and trade more. And there is a Eager from Bui's fan here. Like he will be joining us soon after this metrics report. So stay with us. Next one is this is also exciting one.
Yes, so we have also retrofitted the upgrade of Fusaka. So what that means is all the benefits of Ethereum Fusaka, of which Fusaka has a few things. One, it also expands out the capacity and capability of Ethereum and Ethereum data availability. And it's something that's going to be very exciting for us because we are able to potentially take these upgrades. And yeah, we have. And one of the other key things about the Fusaka upgrade is that we will be able to take advantage of the new cheaper fees that will benefit on Ethereum for our state transitions and our checks on L1 itself. So all the benefits of Ethereum now becomes also part of Mantle.
Yeah. So we are going to be more aligned on Ethereum.
Yes. Yes, and this one I'm super proud of that we have launched. It's a three-way partnership with Bybit, Mantle, and Cian. So I'm sure some of you who are on Bybit, you have noticed the new Mantle vaults. So essentially, what they are very interesting high yield type strategies, vaults, and behind the scenes, just with a click of a button, if you're on Bybit application through Bybit on-chain Earn, you are able to partake in the APRs were pretty exciting. It was like I believe 8 to nowadays 7 or 6%, and that's significantly higher than what just generic supply on, let's say, lending markets is today, like 4.5%. And the vault it's right here. It vault handles everything. So in fact, when you're on like on Bybit itself, you don't even need to have concern yourself with private keys or handling or UI UX of wallets, and everything is actually handled behind the scenes. So you have seamless user experience, you have better yield expectations. I can't think of any better way to do this. And this product has really taken off. So it was launched somewhere just before Christmas, and now it's become more than 100 million. In fact, I just looked at it, I think it's 120. So this is a very exciting
Yeah.
opportunity and a way forward for the industry.
Yeah, true. We had a Xi'an's founder Luffy here, like from the last live streaming, and she was also really excited to be a part of like Mental and Bobby family. And I'm also happy to see the good results work as working together with these like good builders.
Yeah, it also shows what the users want, what customers want, right? Customers want easy distribution, they want good UX, and I think applications like Bybit gives it to them. And they want also better strategies, better return opportunities, right? So if you combine both of them, Mentor can give the strategies, and distribution comes from all the different partners like Bybit. Right?
Yeah, so true. So there are so many things coming as from this collaboration. So stay tuned for us.
Yeah, earlier we also talked about Function itself as one of the places where some of these tokens are alive. Function is a V2 and V3 supported DEX, so that means it's like what you will understand from the Uniswap level of V2 and V3. They offer that. It also will soon offer RFQ systems, and this is also going to be critical as we are going to offer things like potential X stocks in the future, and so RFQ systems are a very capital efficient way to be able to bring and price these type of assets on chain. These assets like X stocks or equities, they have their best pricing in traditional markets. So an RFQ system makes it best to source it directly, almost directly. I would say it's like, but almost real time. It's near real time, and therefore you get the best pricing, and you don't get too much slippage from that in the real world. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Yeah, I'm also looking forward to Fluxion to have more assets that we can trade. And one of them is actually V, right?
Yes. So just now we talk about Score. Now we talk about Vui. Probably we'll end up talking about too many in the next in the next live stream. But so Vui is another one of the partners. So Score was a lot about the gaming industry and player industry. Vui here focuses a lot on the kind of the AI narrative. Yes, and trading perps and RWAs as well. So the AI trading kind of perps and RWAs, and yes, and it's the key thing is that if you're a early trader, a degen, a meme, a sniper, keep us on your radar, because now you need to know that stuff like Voice, stuff like Score, they came as soon as TG came. So we'll always stay tuned to some of our partnerships, because this is quite important for you to get a little bit of quote unquote alpha into the business, right? So a little bit of a Freudian slip there, but something exciting will happen in the future. But uh, I, this is something that we continue to deliver.
Sure, sure. Yeah, I saw like other milestones are coming soon, so I'm looking forward to it. I heard like Bui will actually deploy their trading function as well on Mantle in the first quarter. So stay tuned for more better trading experience on Mantle.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Joshua. Let me quickly go through the impressive metrics I found from Echo Partners. The Merchant Mall, they had like 5 billion volume in the last year, and then they also had like a 4 million in fees and almost 1 million holder revenue. And I guess like 13% of circular supply has been bought back for the mall. It sounds like very impressive numbers. So if you are looking for the one of the Texas on Mantle, Merchant Mall is another one, so you can try. And the lender also shared the impressive number is like 100 million in TVL in the last year, and they said the big goal, so we can stay tuned for lender's news as well. For information, it's a part of the another lending protocol that you can try on Mantle. And the next one is Infinite. I know we shared there is a prompt to DeFi access has opened, but now phase 2 is live. So you can try more strategies in your natural language into DeFi executional language as easy as you can think about. And the next one is Mass Protocol as our family tree. They revamped the website. I checked them. So if you want to try, I switched the QR for the website that you can try and have a look what's there and what's new. And I can have there is going to be more newses where you can use Mass on Mantle like very easily and fun way. So I guess another one is a global hackathon, which is the submission is just finished, right? Or as far as I know, the submission so far is already over 300. So many builders are joining Mantle to bring the new waves with a fresh blood and new ideas. And I am looking forward, like Joshua, to work with on one of the like hackathon builders, and then bring the new product with a fresh idea as well. So we will have the mentoring and cleaning sessions for these hackathon builders. One is planned on 19th in a Chinese session, and another one we are planning, and demo days will be in February. So if you are looking forward to watch what the builders are bringing to Mantle, stay tuned for the demo day, and there is going to be another like fun community activations that you can join as well. So I guess that's everything. Oh yeah, we do have one more thing I forgot. So Joshua, did you join like holiday hunt on Mantle?
Yeah. I find it very funny. Like my favorite cat is the one that's holding from behind, holding the wall.
I feel like I'm so blind to finding all of this cat. I found like barely 20s, and turned out to be how many cats do we have? 26.
Yeah.
If you guys have joined, let me know how many cats did you find. Yeah. Hoid, thank you for coming. Yeah, I see some Korean communities are coming to say hi. Thank you. Yeah, it was really fun. We are going to have some this kind of campaigns that everyone can join and can learn about Mantle as well. So stay tuned for that. Okay. Oh yeah, thank you, Joshua. That's everything for the January report, and I will see you in February again.
See you.
Okay, bye bye. Hi everyone. Macadamia, thank you for coming. Jang Han Sok, Mental for builders and everyone. Yes, Rizzy, you got the vibes. Yes, we do. We are setting the stage for the builders now. So this time we are gonna join. We are joined by 3 teams representing very different layers of our ecosystem. Let me invite one by one. Okay. Igor, Tom, and Sean. And I have one more person from Mental to support me and add some insights together. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
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 Today we have 3 teams from ecosystem: Fluxion, DeFi and trading infrastructure, and Vui on-chain RWA strategy and structured products, and the Score sports engagement on Web3 gaming. So each of them brings a completely different lens on what crypto can be and what Mantle can become. So I'd love to invite all of you and to give us like intro about who you are, what are you building, and what your role is in the team.
Sure, I can kick off. So good to see everybody, and thank you for the invite. Very impressive numbers with Mantle, by the way. Good start to the year and good wrap up. First of all, I'll just say we're very excited about this partnership. I'm the CEO and founder of Sweet. Sweet is the technology partner building the Score protocol, and the Score token is part of the Score protocol. When we learned about Mantle and the idea of bringing some of it on Mantle, it was such a natural fit, right? In terms of what we're doing and what we're building, particularly sports IP and actual real IP going on chain. I see this as a very transformative next kind of 12, 24 months. My background is building technologies. So I've been building tech since the late 1990s. And I've seen all kinds of shifts, right? From the dot-com wave to the music industry shift, and the opportunity for pro sports IP to go on chain, and the benefits of that in terms of making IP a programmable asset that can be tapped in by other ecosystems. Very, very powerful. So the Score protocol really solves a problem on the fan side and on the pro sports side. On the fan side, you have engagement that doesn't get recognized back to the fan. Often there's these intermediary platforms, right, that are controlling the value. So we're building something called a Score ID that brings that value back to the fan. And so you own your own engagement. And then the nice thing about Sweet launching Score is we have over 2,000 pro sports IP partnerships already. We don't have what I call the cold start problem where you have to go like sign things up, right? So we have partnerships in pro tennis, pro hockey, pro soccer, cricket, golf, etc. And you can now bring that as an on-chain asset, which I think is very much aligning with your vision with RWAs, right? And programmatically bring fans and sports IP together. So it's a really unique play. The Sweet platform's got a lot of engagement already. I would not have launched a token without real utility, and we're very excited to be partnering with Mantle. So I know you said to go short, so I'm going to stop talking. I could go forever, but I'll hand it over to the next person. Yeah.
Sean, you are. I'd like to hear you because Sean wears the AI avatar, and then this is his second time join our live stream. And give us a short intro because Fluxion was mentioned like more than twice in the January report metrics.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning us. Yeah, like Joshua's introduction, we just launched our mainnet at last Christmas, and we are happy to partnership with our partner Score that we launched the liquidity incentive together. So it's a great thing, and also we just launched our dashboard on Doing, so people can see our trading volume and trading users and all of those status on Doing. And so like Joshua mentioned, so we are hybrid V2, V3, and will involve RFQ order book very soon in Q1. So we will try our best to absorb the liquidity on Mantle and do the best bridge between Bybit and Mantle chain.
Thank you, Sean. Igor, what about you? Like, can you give us a quick intro about Vui?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, sorry, I have troubles with connection since this morning, so yeah, we're joining without camera. But yeah, my name is Igor, head of BD at Vui. Joined crypto in 2020 during the DeFi summer, as I remember, and since then was involved in quite a few projects. What we're building at Vui is trying to bring and make trading more transparent and better for the end users, for the retail. by powering it with chain abstraction, RWAs, perp, spot, and bridges and yield. So just in short, we like decentralized Robinhood and aggregator of everything in our UI.
Thank you, thank you. We checked the Igor's like video and camera before, and it's a shame that we are the only people who knows like how handsome Igor is. Maybe come back come back to the next live stream. Someone asked about what are the latest development regarding Vui. Igor, would you like to answer?
Yeah, we're cooking few product updates. The first one is unified API for the perpetual dexes. So, and the second one is the intent-based system for the perp dexes. So, what does it mean basically? All developers will be able to access perp dex through just one endpoint and integrate them in the ID app. Plus, we will have system to move funds between them. So, for example, bridge funds from Aster to Lighter, from Hyperliquid to Aster, and etc. So that's what we're cooking, and already have a bunch of partners that are going to integrate it. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Okay, so let's move on to the last person here. Andrew, is you're up. So as I don't think like people know you yet, unless they saw one of the last live streaming we did in the very long time ago.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Gemma. So nice to meet everybody here. First time being on this live stream for Mantle. So a bit about myself. I joined Mantle in 2023, a bit after the launch of Mainnet. So my first touch point with the ecosystem back then was actually helping out with the Eco Fund, where we were investing in the early kind of cornerstones of the Mantle ecosystem back then, which was nothing, right? And then also very great to see some of these portfolio companies like Merchant Mo, Init Capital still building on Mantle. More recently, one like Infinex actually deployed on Mantle as well. And then after the Eco Fund deployment, I moved on to set up one of the early ecosystem ambassador programs back then called the Scouts program, where I was working with 40 Web3 leaders featuring guys from like good protocols like Dina, top funds like LeapBlock, Bitpanda Ventures, and the sorts. Then after the whole strategic restructuring, my role kind of pivoted a bit more towards driving ecosystem growth. And what that means is working together with new builders, like the ones we have on the stream right now, together to kind of drive a more intimate kind of engagement with the ecosystem, because that's the kind of dynamic that we want to have with our builders coming into Mantle.
Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, that's why we are here with all the new builders. So I know the Fluxion just changed it from testnet to mainnet deployed. What does it feel like, Chan? And what is can you tell us about like what's the biggest change you feel after the mainnet launched, and what will be the biggest edge among Mantle dexes for Fluxion? Because like some people asked what dexes they should use in the chat.
All right, so it's called VCamp. This avatar from VCamp. So to talk about what's the difference between the mainnet and the testnet, I have to see. So before we launch the mainnet, I think we just get ready to embrace the entire Mantle ecosystem and trying to become some partnership with some project, and also we need to familiar with each other. But after mainnet launch, I think we are doing pretty good on how to observe the liquidity, like I mentioned. So we got partnership with Score and Void. And also we are developing our RFQ order book. I think it will be a good thing for us to integrate with Xstock, this kind of real RWA asset and project. And also we are trying to figure out how can we optimize for RWA asset trading. So that's what we are doing. And to talk about the biggest difference is the liquidity from the fake to the real. Like you like before the mainnet or testnet, we can just see some virtual numbers on Fluxion, but now it's real, it's true. So when we launched the mainnet, Score deploy some liquidity on us. Score community deploy some liquidity on us. I think the peak volume is super approach to 1 million in one day. So I think it's pretty good. Yeah. So it makes us feel so exciting, and we just move forward to see what will happen.
Yeah. I also impressed with the Scores tokens trading volume and spike on chain transactions on Fluxion as well. So I guess that you guys also know what happened after Score listed on Fluxion. So what do you think? Like, what drove Scores on chain spike on Mantle mainnet? And what do you think about it? And how was the community reaction?
Yeah, I can answer. So, as you know, we were first listed on Bybit on December 17th. And can you guys still hear me, by the way? Because I lost audio for a second.
Oh, yes, I can hear you very well. Thank you,
Good. Yeah, we were listed on Bybit on December 17th. And then very shortly after, it appeared on Fluxion. And, you know, I think like the fact that it's a fast, simple, you know, tool that was able to like create like the DEX pairs right out of the gate created like a lot of interest in the project. I also think, like I said earlier on, that the natural connection between what we're doing and sort of the vision of Mantle, you know, is very harmonious, right? There's a connection between you know, RWAs and the vision of the protocol, at least as I know it, as I read about Mantle. And we were, I got to be honest, surprised by all the high demand and interest in Score on the DEX. And I think it was because the vision of the protocol was really resonating, right? I like the fact that the DEX is really connected to Bybit as well. And, you know, together it just created a massive spike. So it's something that we want to stay committed to in terms of maintaining those liquidity pairs on the DEX. And I think, like, from our perspective, as I mentioned earlier, Score and the vision for the protocol, we're going to see a massive shift in sports and entertainment going on chain. I think sports IP is probably one of the most underrepresented, you know, like digital assets on the blockchain. And with the ecosystem that we've built and the partners that we have coming on board, it's just such a strong use case, right, for utility of the protocol itself. So the spike was phenomenal. We want to see it again. And, you know, it was funny because when we first launched, you know, I don't think you guys had flipped we were going to the Fluxion site and it was like still in testnet mode. So I think we were like project, you know, ground zero. So we were a little bit like, okay, is this gonna, you know, pan out the way we're all hoping? But it was, you guys crushed it. And I think it was just a natural fit between what we have, how it resonated with the community, and then the way that the DEX was set up. So exciting to see the volume.
Yeah, so I was like excited to see Scores spike as well. And I can see the Mantle community was also surprised with this kind of like active activities over on chain with a new project. How about Sean? How was the Fluxion community's reaction, and how was what was it like for your team?
Oh yeah, like for us, so we really treat like some entertainment and sports IP as RWA as well, because RWA is not just the equity, not just the stock. I think for all the real world things stuff is real RWA asset. So it's really good for us to kick off our mainnet from Score community and the Score project. So it's a good thing. It's a good start. I have to say, yeah. It's great.
Yeah, and I'll just say too, Bybit brings like such trustability, right? And then you've got bringing the on-chain utility, and then we bring this like new asset class that's being tokenized, right? And so I think a perfect match, right? You got trust in and then the tokenization of, like I said, a multi-billion-dollar asset class, right? Which is pro sports IP, all kind of converging together. So it was a strong fit for sure.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Andrew, what do you think? How did can you explain how Mantle supported all of these new teams to be more active on, like Mantle network?
Yeah, for sure. So for the mental side, we want to foster the kind of dynamic between teams that are building on the ecosystem. And what that means is we are very keen to commit resources, such as our BD or growth team members working hand in hand with these teams to design more strategically aligned GTM campaigns on mental, or if not, then because some of these teams are already live on other chains, right? Then we will be helping them to design something more bespoke for the mental ecosystem. And then on top of that, and you should know best, which is our marketing team does a very, very good job. So that's another big plus when you guys are working with the mental ecosystem, because you get to work with someone like Gemma, who would be the pretty girl on your stream.
Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, we are doing our best to support our ecosystem. Sean, I know you might have like things to go, so I think you feel you can you feel free to go if you need urgent issue that you have to fix.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'll see you
See you
next
next
time.
month. Yeah, see you next month.
With a
Yeah,
better
bye, guys.
account next time.
See ya.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Also, I have another question for Vui, and I was like wondering because I tried the Vui's product as well, and I thought it's only about like trading. So I was wondering how does Vui fit into Mantle's like RWA vision and narrative?
Yeah, so what we does is basically provides access to crypto DeFi for different kinds of users, like from crypto native users, from like I don't know, even your parents can access Vui because we have like the social layer registration. Then we have pretty seamless deposits from CXs and fiat on ramp, and at the end of the day, it's all powered by chain abstraction. So that you don't care about bridges, you don't care about gas, you don't care about even the wallets. So what Vui does on RWA side is basically provide the RWA assets on spot and perps. So we combine both of these. So you can buy like some stocks in your portfolio, buy gold, I don't know, and at the same time go and trade them on perps and choose any venue to do that.
I see.
So yeah, Vui in this case works like an aggregator of all of these types of trading and different platforms, and provide better UI and chain abstraction for better trading experience.
Yeah, I read the Vui's like 2026 posting, I think, on the X, and they were talking about like CX grade levels experience for the users. So I was like wondering what does it mean, or like what the because like Vui is still DEX compared to CEX. So what do you think is like DEXs the offer can that CEX can never?
I believe it's still like no KYC and no compliance narrative, because Texas, all of them provided. What CXs might not do is probably provide some exotic markets, like we see in DeFi. Like, I don't know, there are some projects that building like trading on Pokemons, on like AI indexes and etc. So I can't imagine that CXs could do that. And DeFi is like the pioneers. Most of the DeFi people are pioneers, and they're trying to build something new. CXs at the same time, they're more focused on proven stuff, while DeFi projects and DEXs, they try to capture something new.
I see. Yeah, that is a better, maybe can be a better place to find, to be the first runner to find the more opportunities. I see. So back to score. How does like sports and Web3 gaming actually work in score? Such as, if you guys have scanned this QR code there, and you can see this is actually the airdrop rewards sponsored by Score team. So wondering like what they can do with the Score tokens over across the Score ecosystem. Oh yeah, I think Tom, you're mute. Can you turn the mic on, please?
There we go. Yeah, very good question. We have a live platform today integrated with Pro Sports IP. So if you go to fund.score.io, you can fund what's called your game wallet with Score. With that, you can do head-to-head battlers against other players, achieve a score record that gets written to your Score ID. As you interact with Pro Sports IP and content, that Score ID becomes an asset of yours. So rewards can be granted to you directly from your favorite teams and athletes, et cetera, et cetera. So Score has immediate and direct utility within the ecosystem. Gemma, later you and I could play a game head to head. Maybe we'll play like Yard Monster, which is a pro football game, right? And we can play against each other. We could wager score in a skill-based battle. But importantly, and maybe you'll probably beat me and take my score, but the most important part of that is as you compete and you gain an engagement record, right? That gets written as an asset to you. And so the IP that you're interacting with, whether it's a pro tennis player, a pro golf player, et cetera, they can start to programmatically reward you with digital assets even outside of Score, right? Based on your rank and your commitment to the engagement. So all this is live today on Fun.Score. We have a few very large ecosystem announcements that are coming out soon as well, which you guys will be excited about. It's not all going to be riding on the Sweet platform. There's adoption of the Score ecosystem and protocol coming from other parties as well. So the whole vision, like my background building companies, it always starts with solving problems, right? And we saw two fundamental problems. One is fans create a tremendous amount of value, right? They buy tickets, they go to games, they engage in digital games, and often that value is not attributed back to the fan and owned by the fan. Okay, so we're solving that. The second side is we've done so many license deals, right, with pro sports, hockey, NBA, F1, like all these different pro sports ecosystems. Think about how complex that is. They have to do a legal deal. There's royalty payouts, right? It's limited in who can use the IP. So if you can take that IP and write it on chain as a programmable asset, you give massive amounts of surface area to that IP, not just Sweet, but other partners that want to tap in and leverage that as well, right? So that's what the protocol is doing. But yeah, if you get some score from this secret QR, go to fund.score.io and fund your game battle wallet and start battling. It's really cool.
It's funny that Igor just mentioned about trading Pokemon card, and then we are talking about another game card that we can actually trade with a score.
Yeah. We have a game called Score Battle League that's coming out, and you can play with real pro sports players, and it's a very much like a Pokemon style head-to-head battler. So it's a combination of strategy, skill-based tapping, et cetera, and you can wager score against other players. So really fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun game that we maybe need. Game always goes with the streamers, and please invite me as a streamer to play the score game later.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving back to that one question is like trade, because we just talk about the trading platform and the gaming platform. So trading versus gaming. I'm wondering like what all of you are more bullish on, each section, or what would be the things in common, and what's the difference between the trading platform and gaming platform? Sometimes the users look very similar, but sometimes they look very different. Yeah, and what do you think? Because you always meet different projects, and you've already met trading team, gaming team in Web3.
Yeah, I think maybe just a quick comment on the kind of team profiles that we see. I mean, between the trading builders as well as the gaming builders. So the gaming guys tend to be a bit more passionate about what they build. They tend to be gamers themselves. So I knew this very great gaming guy called GZ who is super good at any kind of game design. And then the trading guys, I think there's two camps, one of which is the degenerate trader. Usually would design a very exciting token as well as a product. And then you have the giga brains. So like you can think of guys like maybe Jeff from Hyperliquid. So those guys have like an idea of what an ideal world of trading infrastructure should look like. But yeah, I would say the gaming builders are a bit more fun than the DeFi builders, but Mantle welcomes all builders.
What about you, Edgar? Do you agree to Andrew?
Yes, I think kind of the same, but at the same time, like we should ask, is gaming somehow affiliated with gambling? When we talk about the trading, yeah. So because most of the users that are coming like to trade, rather than most on perps, it's like more on the gamble side. You know about it.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, all of my friends are doing the three things at the same time: trading, gambling, gaming on the different screen. How about you, Tom?
Yeah, let's start with similarities, right? So they both rely on user engagement, right, and activity, right, not passive holding. So I think let's find some common ground first, right? So the value is driven by usage, right, on both gaming and trading. Both benefit from liquidity and engagement, right, not just speculation. So I think that's where there's like a lot of crossover. In terms of different, you know, like for in gaming, like in our case, right, it really uses trading mechanics, right? There's a trading mechanics component of it, but the core driver is fandom, gameplay, right, rewards, etc. And I would say like a little bit of a different cohort of users, right? So like we're going after the sports fan, right? The billions of fans of pro sports, and that requires different like easier onboarding, et cetera, et cetera. It's just a different style of like user on ramp, right? So, but overall, like yeah, I'll say that gamers are more fun than traders. I agree with that. But there's definitely a trading component like in both ecosystems that that crossover.
Thank you. So because we just finished the submission of the hackathon, so I know some of the hackathon builders are watching this and they might wonder what you guys like have in your mind building this trading platform or gaming platform on Web3 on Mantle together. So what do you think? Like, can you give them a piece of advice? Like, what is like often underestimated during this building or your journey? And anything you might want to tell them, don't do this or please do this, such as build a Mantle. Andrew, do you have? Oh yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm happy to start. So like, yeah, I've been building for a long time. I would say like the number one mistake people make, particularly builders, is we all know too much, right? Like we get lost in our own code, and I encourage everybody to come up out of the weeds once in a while and do those focus groups to let people really look at your product, because things that you think is intuitive or makes sense might not really be that clear, right, to a new person coming in. That's number one. Number two, in the gaming space in particular, like I always say there's three core pillars that you have to be focused on. One, is it fun, right? Is the game in and of itself like intrinsically fun and just fun to play, even if you're playing alone, right? Two, is it social? If you can add a social component, like my kids play way too much Fortnite, and they got the headset on and there's like 20 people on, and that makes the experience better, right? And then three, is it rewarding, right? People are very stingy with their time. Where are you going to spend your time and why? And if it's not a rewarding experience, and that could mean a lot of different things, right? It could mean rewarding in terms of camaraderie. It could be rewarding in terms of actual like monetary rewards. Those three things are super. Know your audience. Make sure focus and making sure that people understand what intuitive, right? And then making sure that you're really kind of building out an ecosystem that is worthwhile spending time on.
Yeah, that's a really valuable advices for the builders. Thank you so much, Tom. That would be really helpful for the gaming builders and all the builders who are building on Mantle. Andrew, what about you?
Yeah, I think to build on what Tom said, a lot of teams do underestimate like what's a good product to build. So product market fit is definitely one of the core metrics that any team should be prioritizing. And then I would say that would be the basic requirement of a good team. And then above and beyond that, we've seen a lot of ecosystems try to do builder programs. And then I would also encourage some of these hackathon builders to think about what is the bigger picture at hand for the ecosystem. So for example, like Mantle, what we are focusing right now a lot is RWA, as well as building and strengthening up core DeFi primitives, like money markets, DEXer. So those are the kind of things that the foundation is focusing on, and naturally those are things that we'll prioritize. So I think builders should definitely take one step further to think about what the ecosystem needs versus what they're building.
Yeah, that's actually really good. That's why we have like vui and score and fluxion for RWA narrative method. Okay, Igor, can you give us a short advice?
Can you repeat the question, please? Because
yeah,
you had a bunch of different discussions.
Yeah, so if you have any piece of advice for the builders on Mantle who joined the hackathon lately.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So firstly, I would say focus on things that are important, that you see most important for your product. If it's gaming, focus more on the actual how your game works, maybe less on the economics, like more on the game. If it's trading, focus on the trading experience, and etc. So even especially for the hackathon developers, you're a small team and you need to find something that's important that would make your product better and recognizable. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Igor. That would be really helpful. So because this is the first month of this year, so I'm wondering like what you guys have in your mind for the, this new year as well after building on Mantle. So can you guys share your like roadmap of this year, or what metrics we should be looking forward with, rather like besides the one spike we saw for the score on chain? Wondering like Tom, what plans do you have in 2026?
Yeah, sure. So Score is a true utility token, right? Like this is not a store of value. This is not like by any means a meme coin, right? Like, so we want to continue to create strong use cases for utility of Score within our ecosystem. So the launch of the Score Battle League, the launch of pro sports branded arenas within the Score Battle League, adoption of Score and the vision for Score by more IP partners, right? So we have a big queue of professional sports partners coming on board. Also adoption by other ecosystems. So betting platforms, ticketing platforms, et cetera, right? We want to democratize the use case out of just Suite into other ecosystems. So we're really focused on the utility of Score. We'll also be introducing some staking components as well that allow you to hold Score and be earning pro sports collectibles that can be used within the games, right? So value for like holding Score. Obviously, trading volume, et cetera, is extremely important, but it's all driven by real utility and use cases for the protocol and for the token.
Yeah, true. So that's why you guys should scan the QR and get some Score and to utilize across the Score ecosystem. Igor, what about vui? Do you have is there any specific metrics that we should keep our eyes on?
Yeah, we always focus on the product. I already mentioned some of the stuff that is coming, and the market really needs. Really have like more than 20 partners that are waiting for unified API and our intent system for the perps. So, and yeah, a lot of guys are asking us for these features. So it's coming first. Then we have some UI updates for the VUI Pro, for the VUI trading terminal, so that you have even better trading experience. At the same time, we announced the upcoming token utilities that are coming, especially staking, like revenue sharing, and one more. So it's all coming, and yeah, just keep an eye on our X so we could view all the announcements.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll be looking forward to share that news on the next live stream. Okay, this is a question to give a little bit of pressure on Andrew. So, what are you guys looking for on Mantle in 2026? What supports do you guys feel like can be supported by Mantle in the new year? Is there anything you might want to share? Or Angel, if you have anything that you might want to mention on about like GTM support or extra in the 2026 from Mantle side, you can also share early.
Yeah, maybe before Tom and Igor go into their list of demands, I would just like to say for any team that's building on Mantle, the ecosystem team is committed to committing significant resources to make sure that the team is building up for success within the ecosystem. So that's not a worry.
Okay. Tom, do you have anything that you might want to see on Mantle in this year?
Yeah, I want to make sure I don't keep saying the same thing, but like getting transforming to a platform that has real consumer applications, I think is very interesting, right? Not only being known for like DeFi efficiency, but having like real pro sports IP, real assets, like digital assets that can be leveraged by lots of different ecosystems, and then real consumer applications, right, being built on Mantle. I think that will drive like just broader interest and adoption, right, of the chain in and of itself, and a stronger gaming position as well, like within Mantle. Very disciplined in your strategy and your messaging, right? And I think that's very positive. But bringing these types of consumer apps, I think will just bring a completely different cohort into the ecosystem, and it's still very much aligned with the original vision of Mantle. That's what I'd like to say.
Thank you. Igor, anything you might want to request to Mantle in the new year?
I want you to see more and more success with Mantle for sure. But something I'm waiting for 3 years already. I'm a big fan of Mantle since the 2023. Is to find the real like killing app, and I wish you guys to find it, which can generate volume, transactions, and etc. So I believe Score and Flexion could be the one. Probably VUI as well. Yeah, so let's see how it goes, and especially in the VUI sector, probably we should look more into nice cat. Probably we should look more into institutional side of things, like Condo, like what else? Oh, I don't remember. Okay. Like more institutional grade projects and entities to come to Mantle and build something here.
Yeah,
especially in tokenizations, equities, and etc.
Right.
And I believe Flexion we can integrate it as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't know that time is already really like nearly up. So maybe we should say goodbye to Mantle community for the first live stream of this year together, and we will come back. But Andrew, can you give us like goodbye to our community so that we can come back in a month? Maybe in Hong Kong. probably in Hong Kong. If anyone who is going to Hong Kong in February for some reason, and just let us know. We might be there. Maybe we do live stream there. Maybe we do have more eco partners. Maybe I would eat dim sum.
Yeah, I think it's been great being on this stream for the first time. Looking forward to joining in more for the upcoming months one. And then for the mental community that will be coming for consensus during Hong Kong, we might have a pretty interesting event. And then you might meet Gemma there. So please do come forward and say hi by then. And also keen to speak to any builder teams that are looking to deploy on an ecosystem like Mantle, where we are keen to support all builder teams coming on.
Thank you, Andrew. Tom, would you like to say the goodbye as a closing to Mantle community?
Yes, thank you, everybody. And it was an honor to be part of this. And really, as someone that's had a lot of experience with a lot of different chain partners, like you guys are extremely buttoned up and very builder friendly. So I want to say I appreciate that, and I appreciate all the organization, the resources, the support. You treat every builder and project as it's your own baby, which is very good, right? We don't see that often. So thank you again. Excited to be part of the Mantle family and looking forward to a really strong 2026 with you guys.
Thank you so much, everyone. Tom is actually in the US time zone, so it's a very, very early time for him to join us. So I really appreciate that you woke up early for us and join here. Thank you. Igor, would you like to give a closure?
Yeah, I totally agree with Tom. Yeah, like the value that you bring to builders and how you treat them is really cool. And I would say you're like top chain in terms of this. Like we also collaborated with a bunch of different chains, and you guys are definitely like a top tier, I would say. So thank you for this, and thanks for the invitation. I have not seen something from others doing such great podcasts, live stream, preparations, graphics. So like it's 10 out of 10.
Yes. We will be looking forward to hear another news from all of you guys to share on the next live stream in this year. And then, this is the end of today's live stream. Thank you, everyone, to all our speakers and the audience who are there for us. And I'll see you next time, maybe in Hong Kong. And then stay tuned for our hackathon live session in February and 19th of January as well. So I will see you there. Bye bye.